Super Jerry Yates bagged a brace on the road today, and what a brilliant performance from Derby County in both an attacking and defensive sense. And there's so many things I can talk about from this performance, but ultimately you probably will have seen my video earlier today where I spoke about Paul Warne potentially being under pressure, the recent run of form, Paul Warne's run on the road as a Championship manager. And I think today we've seen that Derby County do have the capability to win those games on the road and to pick up all 3 points. It was a really good defensive display from Derby County. They took their opportunities when they came. Obviously, we got extremely lucky with that Jerry Yates goal, the first one, and even the second one, to be completely honest. It was a really good moment for Derby County because we don't usually get those opportunities where a poor back pass puts us essentially through on goal in the box, which is what happened for the first goal. And obviously the second goal was another deflection. You obviously have to go back all the way to Middlesbrough when Caden Jackson scored that goal versus Middlesbrough at Pride Park Stadium. That was another mistake which gave us a goal, but ultimately he still had such a lot to do when he got onto the ball. But today I think it's been an absolutely massive performance, massive result for Derby County. Now, if you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for all of my latest Derby County and EFL content. You'll also see a new logo on the screen. We're now kit back. You'll obviously also see a new logo on the screen. We are now Kitbag affiliated on this channel. Make sure you check the link in the description and go and see if there's any Christmas presents or birthday presents that you can purchase over there on Kitbag. That link will be down in the description. If you can't find it in the description, go over to my Twitter. It's connected to my link tree. So again, let's get back to the performance because it was a magnificent one. It was an unbelievable game in my opinion for Derby County, and not necessarily because we were by far the better team, not necessarily because we created a ton of chances, but because we were clinical. We made the most of the opportunities that we did have, and when we had the ball, we made things happen. Don't get me wrong, there was moments in possession where we were still really sloppy, but I think the changes we made tonight, we made 5 of them. We went to a back 5, and I think it was the perfect decision. I said it in the preview that I really thought we needed to get Dejan Brown in the team. I said I thought we needed to go to a 3 away from home to be able to try and secure 3 points on the road. And I think we've shown today that is what we needed. You look at the performance of Liam Thompson, a player who's essentially coming from the cold, not played many minutes this season, obviously a couple of injuries as well, limiting that, but he was incredible today on the pitch. You look at Kenzo Holdmine, had a couple of games out and ultimately has performed to a really good standard today. And I think you've got to look at those sort of performances and those sort of players, and I think they've been incredible today. Ebou Adams, another player who's done really well today. I think Jerry Yates, obviously, picking up the 2 goals. I think one of them will go down as an own goal, but you look at his performance today, I think he did really well. Dejan Brown, I thought he was good for the most part of his performance, don't get me wrong. I think at moments he looked a little bit lost, wasn't entirely sure where to be, but that'll come with experience, that'll come with time. I think early on in the game he had an opportunity where they were essentially 2 on 3, and I think if he just got his head up a little bit sooner, I think we could have had another goal there with Jerry Yates. I think you look at the back 3 as well. You look at Cashin, Nelson, Phillips. I thought they were really good today. Caden Jackson out on that right wing back position. I think he did really well today. Callum Elder as well came off at half time. Not entirely sure why. Probably fitness related, but I thought both Fozzie and Elder did really well in the first half and second half respectively. Obviously, Eiran Cashin is going to be missing for this weekend's fixture, which is obviously really disappointing for Derby County, but it just shows the strength in depth we've got when you're going to bring in a Sonny Bradley or a Craig Forsyth to play that position against Plymouth Argyle this weekend, and it is going to be a really good opportunity for Derby County. And obviously we look forward to those games, especially at home. And you know, Plymouth Argyle haven't been the greatest, but I do think they picked up a win this week, which is obviously massive. Obviously, I was talking to a few people over on Twitter earlier on today and across the course of the last few days, and playing against Coventry has never been a big game for us. It's never been a game where we've done well. It's never been a game where we've picked up results. And today we've done really well picking up that result. It's excellent. I think that puts us on 18 points now in the division. If I just get up the league table, give me 1 second. I think we are now on, I want to say 18 points. And we'll just get it up on my phone because I can't bother to do it on the computer. If we go standings, we're now 13th on 18 points. We're 3 points away from West Brom in 7th, 4 points away from Watford in 6th. So we're not that far away from the playoff positions, but we still are only 3 points away from the relegation zone, and that is the important thing. It's 3 points to relegation, it's 4 points to playoffs. Now, we're in a really good position. We are a couple of defeats, and we obviously we know what happens. We've seen it over the course of the recent weeks with the draws and stuff like that, that you can quickly drop in this league. As quickly as you can rise, you can fall, and there is an opportunity that we could go into this weekend, go into this international break 1 point outside the playoffs. We probably won't, and I'm not getting my hopes up for that. I'm not anticipating that we're going to go on some sort of playoff push in the second half of this the second third-ish of this season, but I do think that we're in a position where we have some really good players in this squad. We've still got the likes of David Ozo to return, who looks to be getting back to fitness. There was a couple of Instagram stories from him showing some of the rehab that he's doing, and he'll probably be back towards the back end of the next set of fixtures. And it's one of those for me where you look at what you can add to this Derby County side. You look at who wasn't involved. Mendes Lang came off the bench. Corey Blackett-Taylor wasn't involved. Obviously, Ryan Niambi is not involved because he's injured. David Ozo not involved, injured. And you look at Dejon Brown, who is coming into the team now. He's going to have to try and make that shirt his own. I personally think we should stay with the exact same team that started the game today this weekend. Obviously, Cashin can't, so you swap Cashin out for probably Sonny Bradley, maybe Craig Forsyth, depending on what you're wanting. Do you want someone to come in and sit in the middle? Do you want someone to come and do that left-sided role? And obviously, that probably also depends on Callum Elder's fitness as well. But for me, I think the performance today is what we need on the road. It's got to be rugged. It's got to be defensive. It's got to be tough, and that's something that I don't think we've done on the road. We've had defensive attributes across the games that have gone well, but we've not necessarily had a consistent run where we've looked after the ball, we've took our opportunities, and I think it's really interesting watching this performance today because of the opportunity that we've had and because of the performance that we've put in. I think if we can do that again on Saturday at home at Pride Park against Plymouth Argyle, we can realistically push ourselves, because I think Plymouth Argyle are quite clear. Yeah, if we were to beat Plymouth, that would put us 6 points clear of 22nd position, which is the relegation zone, heading into this international break. It would put us on 21 points, which I think is massive. Right now, we're 32 points away from where I want us to end, and to get 32 points across the course of what is there? How many games is there left? 32. So you're looking at 1 point a game, and I do think we can do that. I think definitely we can do that. I know there's been a lot of talk about Paul Warne. There's been a lot of criticism about Paul Warne over the course of the last few weeks, and he was always going to win a game away. I'm not saying that this win ultimately shuts down any pressure that was on Paul Warne or any conversations that people were having about Paul Warne, but I certainly think people need to take it into account that this is what Derby County can be. This is what we can be under Paul Warne. We can win games. We can go and beat those teams, because I don't think many people expected us to beat Coventry today. They've obviously been on a really good upturn of form, and I just think it's an excellent performance. I think Jerry Yates has shown what he's capable of. I think Kenzo is back to his best, and it's one of those for me where you look at the way that we can grow as a club, and there's obviously still a long way for us to go, but there's a massive opportunity now for Derby County to go into this international break, 2 wins in a row. We will be back in a couple of days with a preview for that game. There'll probably be a Championship League One joint video coming out over the course of the next 24 hours-ish. So bear with me with that one. That'll probably come out tomorrow. But if you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the notification bell. Hit the like button as well. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Make sure you check out Kitbag over here. The link is down in the description. See if there's anything that you want to go and pick up over on the Kitbag website. Obviously, loads of Derby County stuff and lots of other sporting goods over there as well. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in my next video. Make sure to go and find me on TikTok, pictured here, and Twitter, pictured here. These are the places where I'll keep you all up to date with all my upcoming videos and my thoughts and feelings around the Formula 1 and football week.